the ears personally, but yeah.
I actually like the weird little hair sticking out. I think it's a very nice attention to detail. Because
I
it's
love
one of those things where
this.
it's like, it's just like the comic.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, can you put these little creepy hairs my artist has on there? Um, but and the answer was yes. So yeah. Yeah, so we have so most campaigns make you get like a catch-up tier or anything, but you can actually get issue 1 if you want, either PDF or printed. And then we have, of course, the PDF for the issue 8. We have the hardcover, which is issues 1 through 7. So there's a tier, or you can get it as an add-on too. And the cover and the back cover, which is actually more popular, they're both by DC artist Ken Hunt, who worked on Batman, Superman, Harley Quinn, and was colored by CC Dela Cruz, the current colorist for Lady Death Universe. And this is 1 through 7, so you can get this and issue 8, and you're all set with the whole series. So
I think I like the fact that you actually break it up so that you can actually get like issue 1 if you just want to get issue 1.
Yeah, because new people come in and they don't know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah, and catching up on like 8 books when they don't even know if they'll like the first one is always like
I'm always surprised that I have so many new ones this time, because usually they'll get like issue 1 or something. I have like, I think 25 or 27 new people.
Nice.
So I was really surprised. I think it's the hardcover.
I always waver on that. Like, do I give them a cop out? Right? Do I give them the opportunity, or But I think that's really smart. Because some people do just want to come and spend $5 or $10. Give them that chance.
Yeah, especially people who like haven't backed before, and then they're like, "Oh, this looks cool, but I don't know if I like it," and they just spend like $5 on issue 8, but then they try to read it and they're like, "I don't know what's going on." So maybe giving them.
Why are you calling me out, Motto? What you got against me? Why are you calling me out like that?
I have everything against you, but this isn't about you right now.
Everything you just described is me. I know this because we talked about this. How dare you?
No, we're still talking about it.
I said this to you in confidentiality.
The good thing is that they don't have to wait long to get their issues, because I already ordered issues 8 through 10 and all the variants. So when the Kickstarter ends, as long as your payment goes through, they get shipped the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is some speedy service.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of reasons why I do that. One, I'm very impatient and I like things right away. And 2, my Kickstarters are like 4 weeks apart, every one of them. So the next one's March 5th, so I think that's actually 5 weeks. You guys get
my goodness,
week break.
You decided to give yourself an extra week.
Yeah, a few vacation days, right?
Yeah, yeah. I thought further away from Christmas was better, but they get out really quick. So since they're so close together, I have to get them out so people read them. I also start, they're all bagged and boarded already, and I start to pack them like the day before or whatever. So, but yeah, I like to get them out super quick. And then, so I only did the 3 weeks this time. So it funded in 2 hours, it double funded in 12 hours, and it triple funded in 5 days.
Cool.
And then of course it hardly moves. So, so I want to do like an 8, day campaign, because it's like the first 3 days and the last 3 days, and but yeah, so it's like a store. Obviously, you can pick through. People have written to me and said, "You have a tier for these 2 things. Can you add me my own tier?" And yes, I have done that, and I have made its own tier. So, and I actually have that quite a bit. But one of our best sellers is our metal trading cards that you can get in the add-ons, and we add at least 3 new ones per campaign. So. That's a skeleton bird. It's like issue 3, but it keeps selling out. So I guess we'll keep adding it. I don't know.
That is a very cool bird.
Yeah. Everyone
very
likes
cool, very cute.
That's the best one. That's definitely the one my kids want.
Nice.
Yeah, I love the skeleton bird and the hellhound. And then I don't want anyone to buy that one because it actually has my birthday. But fortunately, they haven't bought it yet. So buy the pre-orders so that I keep mine. The other one's my mom's, and so.
Damn it, Mom! You messed it up.
I was like, I'll have 2. Usually, I have only 1 or 2 tops plushies for a Kickstarter, because I have to buy everything first.
Right.
And then she saw.
You don't have to, by the way. Yeah, I don't know if you know that.
do have to. You don't have to. I have to. But I posted it. My mom wrote me and she's like, I need this. And I was like, I don't know why, but
I
okay.
need this.
So, yeah.
Never
don't-
question your mother.
Exactly.
Far too much, actually. Yeah, then we have stickers and metal pins, and I don't even know what I put on there anymore because 60% of most of what you see is only 60% of what I have. I have at least 40% more stuff here, and I think I just bought a whole thing more of the next Egyptian goddess that shows. It doesn't even technically show up till the end of the year, so I just had to buy them. So
Need that instant gratification.
oh, it's
Exactly.
awful. It's absolutely awful. And we do have the metal cover for the Jeremy Van Pack one, which is
Sick.
really, really nice. Yeah, it came out really nice. That's the actual comic. So get that.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and these are, I never say this, and I probably should. The issue is 32 pages of story. So our minimum is 28, and then if I can't fit the ending of the horrible cliffhanger, then I keep going. So this one is 32 pages. Next one is 28, and then they're mostly 28, and then the last one's 40. So I failed. But yeah.
Sometimes you just can't get it to work out.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that the story's already written, so I know where I want it to end. So I'm like, how quickly can I get to this spot in this whatever? Sometimes I have to move it. Fortunately, I have a cliffhanger like every other page, so I could just change it if I need to. But yeah,
Good way to do it.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it. Yeah. That's definitely the way to do it.
Just keep
Oh,
everyone
man.
at their edge of the seats always.
yeah. It's absolutely horrible, and book 3 is even worse. People are gonna kill me. But if anyone wants to find them on Kickstarter, the easiest way to find it is to search Worthy Chaos. We're the only thing that pops up, but granted, there's 9 of them that pop up. So there's already a pre-launch for 9 that I haven't told anybody about, but I think there's 35 followers already, so you can click on that if you want for issue 9. Yeah, I make them ahead of time, so I don't have to wait. You can I don't know, it might have been John.
Like easier,
Is
yeah.
it you, John, that told us that you could do that ahead of time? Somebody told us.
Doesn't John have like 5 pre-launch pages?
Yeah. So
I don't know how.
I'm
Like,
gonna give John the credit,
John.
even though
John
I
is
don't
not messing
know.
around this year.
I only have 3 because one just went live, so there's only 4. But
woo,
I would like
Oh,
to have
no.
5. That's the first time I've ever done that. I was like, all right, this year I'm gonna hammer through them all and get the links floating out there in the universe and see if people follow them.
John's
It's-
out
I
here trying to
think
get,
I
like,
sent it
Kickstarter
out
this year.
once, like a month ago or something, but I didn't really tell anybody. I told like 2 people, and I looked the other day because I never look at it. I was like, oh, there's 35. That's good. This one was my highest pre-launch. It had 130,
Nice.
and
Nice.
somehow I don't know
That's
what
great.
it is now, but yesterday I think
Said
it
it was
was
like 203 or something.
yeah, it was 203 followers, which I was like, who are these people?
That's great. And I think that you're showing part of staying in a regular rhythm is you don't have to rely on that. Like, it's been 6 months since Drumsticks of Doom, so I have to kind of hype it up. You're kind of just in a regular cadence, so that kind of
205
grows on
now.
itself. I mean, that's awesome. You don't have to worry about like getting the link 2 months early and sharing that 100 times before you launch. And I think it's good. And each time you said you get a couple of new readers, so everything's kind of growing organically. You're doing well.
Yeah, I just need to get them out there because my artist won't stop. So he's like a machine, man.
Go.
He started issue 12, and in 3 days I had like 16 pages inked. I was like, okay.
That's insane.
Wow.
You got to lean into that compulsive behavior, mania, whatever you want to call it. Just use it. You guys are doing great. Get the books out there quick, because that I think that is a big part of indie comics. Is kind of I didn't plan on having 4 issues take 2.5 years, and that's the way it went. And I'm grateful that people have stuck around, but you can't always rely on that. So you got a good thing going.
It's an obsession. It's not healthy, but yeah.
Mental illness. We all have it. Use it to your advantage.
Yeah. I might as well use my mental illnesses to my advantage and just keep making them. So works for me. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
tell
keep
us,
going.
in the next campaign, can we get this blanket house coat that you're wearing right now, is that up
Yeah.
in the auction?
This is the, I don't even know where this came from, but it is so, I don't even know if it's on right. Yeah, it is on right. I was like, I don't even know. I'm in the
some
basement.
sort of
You
snuggie?
know? Yeah,
I know it snowed down there. You're all out of sorts.
yeah.
Can't go
Well,
outside
my
your house.
husband and then my husband and the neighbors finally got sick. It's been 9 days since we've been able to get out, and they were like hacking at our road to get like the 2 inches of ice up.
Oh my God.
We can't get mail, we can't get delivery, we can't
Jesus.
get
Wow.
anything. The cats have one more day of food, and my dog's meds ran out 2 days ago.
Oh,
So-
Oh my God.
Wow.
So
That's really trapped.
yeah, so we're gonna, my husband is a way better person than I am, because he trekked down our ice mountain to go to Dollar General. Like I was like, okay, he's like, I can only carry like one bag back, like I don't know what I'm gonna get. So and I'm gonna tell you, because it's funny to me, even though it's actually kind of sad. The main reason he went, and I kid you not, was for coffee, and he forgot the coffee. So
no.
it was not, not a happy person.
That's a comic book story right there.
That is a comic book story.
It was not happy.
The trek to Dollar General.
And of course, he didn't realize it till the next day, where he's like, "Damn it!"
And it's so crazy because we got like 10 inches and we didn't even bat an eye. Like everything went on, you know.
Well,
But that's
I'm
just
from
when
New
you're not
York.
set up for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from New York. This was nothing until I was like, "They're not plowing." And then my husband called like 6 days after it started, and he's like, "We're still snowed in," and he said, "Oh, you're on the list to plow."
You're on the
So they
list.
didn't plow for like 2-3 days. So I paid this poor guy who came in an open cabin bulldozer to $160 to plow it, and literally before he came, it plowed. And then he came all the way here, so we had to pay him. And the poor guy did it like 8 times. I was like, "Listen, you're not picking up anything. Just go home."
Oh my goodness.
But my husband's like, "I can't just let him drive this way with open cabin, bundled up,
gosh.
looked freaking freezing." And he's like, "Just go ahead, just do it once, and then you can go. Just do it on the way back down or whatever." And he did it like 8 times, and I was like, "I am so sorry." So
Jeez.
yeah, and then of course I lost all the money for not working, so it's been fun. But the Kickstarter is doing good, so
At
there's
least.
Silver linings.
Oh,
Silver
yeah.
linings.
and I got like 5 scripts converted, so that was good.
Yeah, that's good.
I
Use
think
the
I'm on
time.
like script 24 out of 100, so I'm getting there.
Once you get trapped in the house, stuff happens.
Yeah, I would enjoy this a lot more if I wasn't self-employed. I can enjoy it a little better, but it's not as fun when you're like, "Damn it, I should be working," and I don't want to work, but I should be working. But yeah, I got a lot of scripts done, so that was something.
Oh man. So Dave, you are here. You are getting ready. I am amazed you are here, because I know how busy you get during the week. So I am happy you showed up. But you want to
I'm
tell all
sorry.
the people what's going on this weekend and why they should be there.
All right. First off, I'm sorry I haven't been talking or anything. I'm just in a daze still trying to get ready for this weekend. So we have Garden State Comic Winterfest coming up this weekend, January 27th and 28th at the Sussex Fairgrounds. This is our winter show. It's our smaller show compared to Morristown. It only gets about 3,000 attendees, but it is a show that we put on more so for the fans. I mean, we only charge an admission of $10, and it's a great little show. And a lot of people in this area get cabin fever, especially with the 10 inches of snow outside right now.
Exactly.
But from what I'm seeing this weekend, it's going to be almost 60 degrees. So we're going to luck out on that.
At least, yeah, because I think last time it was freezing. Yeah, last year it was freezing.
Yeah, last year it wasn't too bad. It was like low 40s. So
Right.
this
Had it
year,
chilling
but
you.
there was a wind that was cutting through. That was really
There you
bad.
go. Mhm.
This year it's going to be 50s, almost 60. So not too bad. We're looking forward to it.
And this is not the same location as last year, right?
Yes, up at the Sussex Fairgrounds.
Oh, so it is the same location. Oh, okay,
Yep.
cool. It was pretty interesting. All the different buildings that are there. I was like, okay, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, everybody thought I was crazy for bringing it to a fairgrounds.
Mhm.
But it actually turned out amazing. It was the most attended we've ever had for a Winterfest.
Oh, it was busy. Yeah.
It was about 2,900 for the weekend. Just a hair under 3,000. I just say 3,000 because it's an easy number. But that area, there are so many buildings in there and so much that you can do. So for the first time ever this April, we're putting together our first ever anime fest.
Let's go.
All right.
And we're going back into the fairgrounds there because there are other buildings in there that we can use in April that we can't utilize in January. Obviously, for heating issues and stuff like that. But we're going to be able to make it a very immersive experience for the con goer. And we're really excited about that. We're working on that right now. Good plans.
I have to say, I had gotten a head start on this, finding out that you're doing this anime fest, and I was like, whoa. What made you decide to go in this direction?
Well, anime, we've been looking at it for the past couple of years, obviously. And the past year or so, as we've gone to New York Comic Con and stuff like that to see where the market's been going, we're seeing that majority of it is anime. So, my heart is in comics. I love comics, and nothing's ever going to take away from Comic Fest. We're still one of the premier shows, especially our Morristown event, which has over 150 creators to it. A lot of people like to call us a mini heroes con almost. But we decided to give it a shot, see what we could do with anime, especially anime conventions seem to be getting very big and very pricey.
Yeah.
So we're trying to give the customer that feel that you get at a Comic Fest show, and we're going to try to run it as a comic show, but have it be anime. So we really have no idea what to expect, but then again, we had no idea what to expect 10 years ago when we started Garden State either. And this is our actually 10-year anniversary.
Woo!
Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have to say though, I think one of the things I like the most about you is that you guys actually take risks.
What's that?
I think one of the things I like the most about you is that you guys actually take risks.
Well, we try. Like I said, anime is not my bag per se. I'm learning a lot. I have to. But a lot of my staff members and stuff, they love anime. So, they talked to me about it, and I said, let's do it. In the future, we're also looking at possibly a tabletop gaming convention or something in the area as well, because there are a couple things that this area is lacking, and we'd like to see if we can deliver it.
Yeah, I was part of planning one convention 10 years ago, and that is like the most thankless thing ever. Like, it is a whole lot of work. People do not understand that is a phenomenal undertaking. So
the way I always explain it to people is it's like planning a wedding for thousands and thousands of people.
Oh God.
And you have no idea what they want.
Yeah, about a week or two before the show, you're just so disgusted. You want it over with because of the stupid questions, and Uncle Al can't sit next to Aunt Judy, and all the horrible things that come up.
Oh no!
Every show, but you get through it. The weekend comes, you don't remember any of it. It's a complete blur. And then you get to look at the pictures afterwards. And if everybody had a great time, everybody just moves on to the next convention. But if something goes wrong, you're remembered forever. So
it really is like a wedding. Oh my God.
Yeah. and then you just start planning the next one. And so that's.
I was gonna say, Dave, that I'm just like amazed that you're a guy. You guys are able to continue to do this because, you know, like you said, it's not as simple as people think it is.
Also, multiple cons a year. Jeez.
Yeah.
The more you do, yeah, the more you do, the easier it gets. It's like you form a template and you can kind of fill in certain things. But for the most part, it is a tough job, but it's a job I actually really enjoy doing. And it's not, you know, who knew 10 years ago I made a poker bet for, you know, $20 that I would put together a show for some people, and it's turned into this. So, you know, I'm pretty, I'm always pretty excited every time a show is, right now I'm in that part where I just want it over with, but in like a week, I'm going to be very happy.
Oh yeah, it's one of our favorite shows. We actually love going to Garden State Comic Fest, and you know we try to make it as much as we can. I'm trying to be there both days this weekend. Which
nice.
Kind of difficult, but it looks like it's going to happen. I'm going to be there for both days.
Well, if you're up there, I hope to actually give you a personal walkthrough what I'm looking at for the Anime Fest.
All right, love that.
Because we are looking at bringing in some of the cars from New York, the Lamborghinis and the Maseratis with the anime decals. There's another building on site that we can actually fit 100 10x10 booths in. So yeah, it's going to be really cool if it comes together the way I have it in my head. So, you know, I think the fan will really love it. Mm-hmm. And that's what Garden State's always been about, where we're about the fans and we try to give everybody what they want. I mean, people love New York, but we try to take the very best of the bigger shows and like scrunch it into, you know, almost like a Candor or something from Superman. But, you know, I don't know. I'm still very excited to be doing these.
Do you still have tables open for the anime show? Because I know for this weekend you're done. Everybody's set. You're ready to go.
The Winterfest went on sale the first week of October. We sold out 3 weeks into October. Morristown went on sale in November, I want to say. Mm-hmm. No, December. And we're about 85% sold out already for June.
Wow.
The Anime Fest, we actually have tables for sale because we can just keep adding space. That's what's great about it. You know,
how much are tables?
The tables for our Anime Fest are $200. So $200 gets you a 10x10 booth, and it's a 2-day show.
Cool.
Mata, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Possibly.
Splitting table?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
A booth is even better to split, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely won't occupy an entire 10x10 space, so like...
You would start eating.
Let's go. We're also close enough that Jordan can come to our table, too.
You could bring some fried ice, you know. I'd love to see that. So I was listening to you earlier. And... but no, a 10x10 booth, it comes with the table, it comes with the chairs, it comes with the passes. All you got to do is bring yourself.
Yeah. And I'm really looking for that in the Chicagoland area. We've just, you know, obviously a lot of places are struggling post-COVID. We just don't have the good mid-level shows. We need the, you know, I can't do the $400 tables, and, you know, some of the $25 shows, you know, don't get enough people. It's like we need the mid-level, you know, really curated shows like you're talking about. So move to Chicago, will you? Because I don't want to do it. I ain't doing it.
You know, I hate to say it. During COVID, a lot of the mid-level shows went out of business. That they couldn't maintain it through that year. I had always set up Garden State Comic Fest where I could just turn it off if I wanted to. So it was easier for us, and we were able to turn it right back on. Plus, we found a way to host a show during COVID with all the implements of 6 foot. And,
I forgot about that. You did it in
the
mall,
right? Because during COVID, you were allowed to rent retail space. So a Walmart was allowed to be open. So as long as you ran it like a Walmart, you were able to do it. You
I
couldn't do
remember
it in
that.
a church. You couldn't do it in a convention center, but you could do it in old Walmart.
Bless your heart for adapting through that. That was and yeah, certainly understand that. You know, I don't blame anybody for packing it in during that time because yeah, it was hard on a lot of places. So, but yeah,
Right.
really, honestly, Chicago in general just doesn't. There's just not a lot even before the pandemic. It was a lot of people trying to do it on their own like we did, and we don't have we just don't have it, and it definitely hasn't come back post COVID. So it's definitely a hole that needs to be filled in this comic area.
Yeah.
There is Monroe Comic Con.
Okay.
Oh yeah, see, Jordan put it into the private chat.
Trying to get John to
Ash Maxo and Ashley Witter, they ran a show out there near Chicago. I remember that. I can't remember the name of it though.
Yeah, and there's a lot. Yeah, Lower Michigan, Southern Illinois, and that's not too bad. Not too bad of a travel, but
Right.
I'm like 30 minutes from Chicago. You'd think there'd be tons in the suburb. It's getting there.
I'm surprised that Chicago only has that one
really
big
want to
one.
have a convention in Chicago?
Well, Chicago-ish. I mean, Chicago's a big place, right? There's lots of west suburbs and south suburbs, and lots of good places we could get some mid-level shows going. But yeah, downtown, it's like I don't even want to go to C2E2 every year. It's like a nightmare.
Right.
A big show.
I've mostly heard people just have stories of regrets from C2E2. Like anytime I hear about it, it's just like I went to C2E2 and I'm never going back there.
It's Chicago's a city of regrets. We all got regrets.
It
No,
really
Oh my goodness.
it's a great show, and I'm happy to call it my home show the last 15 years. But it's big, and it's a lot of the bigger publishers don't come anymore. So it's like if you're there for comics, it's a lot of vendors. Artist Alley is always great and bumping. That's what I go for. But it's a huge show by like the end of the first day, your legs are like dead, and you're like, oh, I got to come back Saturday. I think I'm gonna stay home.
Aw.
New York Comic Con is like that. I used to do all 4 days. I'm lucky I can do 2 days now. It's just the price.
One New York.
Go to
it's
New
like,
York
holy
every
moly.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. The hotels and
After a certain point, you're like, why am I even going back? Like, I've seen the whole place already. I really just needed like one day.
And that's the big problem with Chicago, where McCormick Place is the biggest and best place for them to host it, but it's really not built well. In the last few years, they've built up around it. There's some restaurants and some activities to do and some bars, but really it's a very dead area. People don't understand that. So you got to get in a cab and you got to travel across the city, and then you got to find all your buddies and you got to meet up. So it's not like Heroes is great. Everything's downtown. Everything's in walking distance. The city is beautiful and clean and nice on the weekends, and it's shut down and it's great. I mean, obviously Chicago can't replicate that, but that's, if I travel to a show, that's where I want to go. Like Heroes is like so comic centric and so fun. And again, the city's great in the evening, and Chicago they can't replicate it because of where it's at and what it costs,
Right.
And New York is just, a nightmare.
Yeah, as a New Yorker, I can verify that New York is a nightmare. Do not want.
I was born there.
The cost of the space alone is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's extortion at this point. It's like,
it absolutely
how much
is.
do you really need your kidneys?
It
Yeah,
absolutely
I'm
is.
starting to wonder, would it be cheaper to rent out a train station than it would be to rent out a convention center?
At this point, probably, yeah.
Like they're renting out a couple of stations to do raves every other weekend. Like,
Go Spirit Halloween store style and just have a convention in a retail.
yeah, convention at it.
Oh my god, that
Let's
could
do
be a
it.
thing.
The only I've actually looked into that.
Oh,
Oh, tell us more.
The only problem with that is with the Spirit Halloween, they rent so many that they are able to get a good deal and stuff. But the most that a landlord will give you is 2 months out or 60 days where, okay, nothing is moving in. So if you plan a convention for a year And then 61 days before it, they go, okay, we're putting in a Bloomingdale's. You just lost your venue.
Yeah. And you got to pay for it for 60. Yeah, that's a lot.
So then you're scrambling to find a new venue. So
that sounds
that
like New York.
headache.
I can't even call it harsh. That just sounds like what New York sounds like.
That's like peak New York energy.
So I'm very happy we're in New Jersey. You know, we get a lot of people from New York because they love it because we have the New Jersey prices. So it's actually cheaper for them to come here, shop with us, and go back than it is to actually shop there.
Yep. I mean, people from New York go to New Jersey just to fill up their gas tanks and come back, and like somehow that's still cheaper than gas in New York, even if you're paying like toll on the GWB, which I think is like $16.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I think it's 18 now. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think prices recently went up, but yeah, I mean, it's like you're paying like $18 toll and going across to fill up your gas tank, and you're still saving money.
Jesus, I don't know that.
New York is terrible, guys. I do not recommend.
God bless America.
I don't know if they added that. I know they were going to court, but they were trying to add a $13 tax on top of the bridge.
Yeah.
To keep cars out of New York.
That's just for entering Manhattan.
Right.
Which, you know,
yeah,
there's
that
nothing
went through
cool in
by
Manhattan
the way.
anymore. Screw it.
I don't know, man. This city's just getting to a point where you're gonna sit there and I'm gonna be like, all right, who lives here? Who's doing all this stuff? Who can afford this?
Ralph, there's a reason why the online show is now better.
True. Oh man. All right, folks. So there you go. This weekend, you're gonna go to New Jersey. You're gonna go check out Garden State Comic Fest because Garden State Comic Fest is fun as heck.
Well, I mean, Dave, just a question for your local New Yorker: is there public transportation over to the convention?
They're building it now. So
I was hoping it was finished by now.
No, Morristown, where we hold our summer event, there is public transportation. Where the event is in the winter, there is no public transportation.
What about the anime one? Where is that going to be?
It's going to be at the Sussex Fairgrounds again.
So wait, is that yes to public transportation or no to public transportation?
That would be a no. You'd have to Uber.
All right, Nat, I guess we're sharing an Uber too.
Yeah.
We have to try not to fight in the car.
Public transportation gets you about 15 minutes away, and then you have to Uber over.
Yeah, that's doable. We could walk it.
Someone pick you up. Terrible. Put the shout out on Twitter. Someone pick me up.
It's actually not that bad.
I walk a lot, so 15-minute walk or whatever.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's nothing.
It's not that bad. Yeah. We've done it before where we've gotten off at a certain point to get to Garden State Comic Fest and just walk the rest of the way.
Yeah, as long as it's not like creepy highway murder woods, I'm good.
Listen, I walk to conventions out in the middle of Long Island. I'm willing to walk in New Jersey. I don't mind.
And we'll do it especially for Garden State Comic Fest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the fairgrounds is out there. It's in the farmland. It's a beautiful area. I was just up there the other day, and there were two bald eagles flying above us. So it was actually really cool.
Majestic.
That's funny.
I love I loved the location. It was really nice. The parking was great. Because sometimes when you go to one of these things, the parking sucks.
And then you have to pay like $30 for like 3 hours of parking, and it's like a whole thing.
This is free parking. When they hold the fairgrounds there, it's a week during the summer. They get 280,000 people over the course of the week.
Nice.
Wow.
So
this can go. Well, I can tell by how many buildings and all the nice locations that it does hold a lot of people.
Oh, and you only saw a small little part of it.
Whew. I have a feeling I'm going to be running around. It's now that I got 2 days instead of one, going. Okay, now I can check this out.
You're going to be running around going, "What's that? What's that? Exactly. What's that? What's that?"
Oh, they hold some other interesting things there. They have a lunar fair And right around the corner from this is where the New Jersey Renaissance Festival is held.
Nice.
Y'all got a lot of cool stuff going on there.
It is.
Jersey
It's a very upcoming area, and that's why we jumped on it, and that's why we worked out a deal with the fairgrounds. They really wanted to bring in more events like us, so we're very happy with the arrangement that we have there, and because of that, we're able to keep it inexpensive for everyone. Like I said, this weekend the admission is $10. The Anime Fest,
That's cheap.
you know, you could spend upwards of $60 to $70 for a day pass for an Anime Fest.
Mhm.
That's on
Even
the low end
like,
too.
yeah, that I'm talking like a small hotel show. We're looking at $25 for a weekend pass. That's it.
Amazing.
Wow.
Right.
All inclusive weekend pass, $25.
Wow.
Nice.
So
That's
you
a
know,
price.
even Morristown, we can't come near that. You know, Morristown,
No.
we're minimum $30 for a day
Yeah.
pass. Yeah,
Still not bad.
No,
No.
not bad. Dave always tries to keep the prices so at least so you can actually get the family and take the family.
Yeah, I mean it's
I
always
think
a
other
bummer.
locations forget about that.
It's a bummer when you spend like $200 to get into a con and you have like no money to actually spend at the con, and you're like, a hot dog is like $24. And like if I want relish, it's like $30. Like I don't have
No
that.
relish. Pocket food. You got to bring pocket food.
Pocket snacks. Lots of beef
that's
jerky.
the worst part about conventions is the amount of money that it costs just to be there.
Yeah.
Just to spend more money. Like I'm
You
paying
guys
money
are telling
to
me you
spend
don't
money.
like pocket ravioli?
I mean, I
What?
do.
I mean,
SpaghettiOs.
but see, the thing about ravioli is it's already a pocket, and then you have it in your pocket, and it's a
Yeah.
pocket in a pocket.
Pocketception.
Yeah, pocketception.
Ravioli. What's in the
Hey.
pocket-oli?
I mean, you
Dave,
can
and I
have
know
fried
you're gonna have all
ravioli.
these food carts there, to handle all the hungry people too.
For Winterfest, yes, we'll have the food trucks out front. We always bring in food trucks. We make sure the pricing is reasonable. We work that out with them ahead of time. So we'll have Homer's Girls up there. We'll have the empanada guy up there, a barnyard, which is all
Hey.
barbecue and stuff.
I love
Nice.
So
empanadas.
it's he like cooks a pig the day before and brings it in and makes some delicious pulled pork sandwiches and stuff like that. So I believe we even have a truck that just sells fudge this time. So it's going to be
Amazing.
interesting.
All right, Jordan, are you coming out of Ohio for this then?
Oh yeah, totally.
We're close enough now. We're
12-hour
enough.
drive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole pig
jump
there,
away.
so you have to.
A whole pig.
Whole
Listen,
pig.
you're in Ohio. Just find a nearby cornfield, walk in, and you'll walk out in the New Jersey cornfield.
Oh,
This
that's
is
true.
exactly true. Yeah,
That's exactly how it
I've
happened.
seen Field of Dreams.
It'll be like Mario 64 when you jump into the painting.
Exactly.
Oh, the warp painting. Yeah, there you go. Of course, now we have ourselves some drumsticks of doom.
Oh my God, he's so close to 100.
I don't
Yeah.
see the chicken though.
Close.
He's
We do have
close
a
to
comic
100.
about a chicken.
He's
This
close
ain't
to
about that.
5,000.
We got that one for you at another time. Yeah, I seem to do drumstick adjacent things. So I don't know what's up with that. But this is drumsticks of doom, not chicken drumsticks, but real drumsticks. As I used to play drums, I used to be in a heavy metal band. They say, write what you know. I know heavy metal, so I had to make a comic about it. But I didn't think people would just read my stories about heavy metal, so I had to make it about a woman trying to make independent music in a heavy metal world, because Black Sabbath, not the Beatles, has become the most popular band in the world, and thus the universe has changed forever.
Wow.
And we have drumsticks of doom.
I like that story.
So how has the world changed since Black Sabbath became the most popular band in the world?
Well, they started teaching alchemy in schools. There's hybrid creatures running around. There's werewolves. All those things that your aunts and uncles told you. Oh, if you listen to heavy metal, hell's going to come to earth, and all these strange things are going to happen. They actually did happen, but it's not so bad. Life still goes on. Like I said, in high schools they teach you about alchemy and how that works and stuff like that. But it's not as devastating as maybe Manowar lyrics might have told you in the past. the world kind of goes on. But they're reaching a point where, again, heavy metal wants to stay on the top of the charts. So they're kind of unleashing this private war to make sure that happens. When Lana finds a magic pair of drumsticks, and she's thrust into this war to keep heavy metal at the top of the charts.
That's a fun concept.
That is a fun concept. I got a question right away because as a music guy and as a heavy metal guy, have you considered doing a soundtrack to your comic?
Well, we did do a soundtrack with issue 1, which was just the creators, that music that they had made, which was cool. I would of course love to do a full soundtrack. I don't know if we're set up for that. I don't know if we're able to hire. The series has done great for us. I definitely don't want to downplay that, but it's nowhere near, the budget I would need. As a lowly drummer, I would have to hire all the more important instruments and things
That's
like
true.
that to play. Now, Dan Doherty, our co-creator here, you see his awesome art here on the screen. He is a writer, musician, singer. He and I have talked about like maybe for like, the deluxe edition down the road or something, he and I will do like a theme song. So we definitely have some plans, but nothing yet so far.
Damn.
There are some little tidbits in the comics. If people don't know, there is a soundtrack woven into the comics, but I haven't had anybody comment on it, so I don't know if people aren't noticing it. We definitely kind of added songs throughout the series. So
I love that. I love when people do that because especially something that has any kind of relations to music, because you already have that relation to music, so you might as well do something with it.
Right, and I love music comics. I loved the band in Sex Bob-omb in Scott Pilgrim, and there's a comic called Doom Boy, which is about a heavy metal guitarist, and great autobiographies I've read from like Dave Chisholm and stuff like. I love music comics, but it's very difficult, right? It's challenging because it's a soundless medium, right? So we're trying to. So I try to incorporate that without doing too much. I think Dan does an amazing job. I just knew working with him before that he could bring that feeling of music to the page, which is weird. It's very hard to do, right? But Dan just nails it. He knows how to make you feel like you're listening to something that has no sound.
It's
I gotta
definitely
admit,
something like where it's handy to have an artist that's also a musician to know like how it works. Like you definitely couldn't just have anybody do this book. Like it had to be somebody who knows music.
You mean this, Dan?
That Dan. The Touching Evil is a big part of why I wanted to work with Dan on this. We also worked on a series, a music anthology called Banthology together, which he did amazing work in. So Dan is, as Jordan is holding there, his amazing suspense thriller book, Touching Evil. He's an amazing writer, artist. He can do it all. He does not need me to write stories for him. I'm so grateful, after reading Touching Evil, the 21 issue series from Source Point Press. Such a great series, one of the best thrillers. It's right up there with all the ones you like on TV and movies. It's a great story. So Dan could definitely say, hey, I got my own stories to tell, and he could do them all on his own. But I'm very grateful that he said, all right, lowly writer, I will draw your sad heavy metal book.
Isn't that how we writers always feel? Because we don't have the artistic talent, but we got the writing talent. It's like, please, can you do my book?
I mean, that's definitely how I feel because he's definitely got the chops to do it all himself. But he's having fun. And again, I approached him as a friend, an artist, and a musician, and that was I knew he was the right one for the project because he definitely knows not just how to draw the equipment, which is important, but he just knows that feeling of playing live music and writing songs and all that, which is a big part of why I transitioned into writing comics, because I was kind of coming out of being in a band and looking for a creative outlet. And it's just like that. It's a lot of collaboration. It's a lot of give and take. It's a lot of, planning together. So I enjoy it. It's definitely filled that void for me of, writing and playing music.
I'm happy you said that because one of the things we like talking about here is because a lot of people don't realize that the relationship between the artist and the writer, the whole crew making this comic book, that's really important.
It's hugely important, and I certainly understand not everybody has an opportunity to make that connection. There's certainly value in any collaboration, but it's when you do find someone who you can connect with and you've known or you're getting to know, I feel like it makes a big difference on the page, and the product that comes out at the very least, because I don't have any delusions of grandeur. I know that I'm not going to write for Marvel and DC. I'm not going to win an Eisner. So I want to spend my time making stories with my collaborators that they want to work on. Certainly, I could, look on, DeviantArt or whatever and find artists to work with. And that's great. There's amazing artists out there, but I like to work with people who fit the project, who want to be involved, who have a vested interest in the project. And that's definitely, Dan and I are very much co-creators on this. He says all the time that he doesn't give me a lot of story direction, but what he puts on the page completely changes what I write. When I see, a scene he writes, I'm like, oh, that character's got to have more to do with the story. Oh, that character needs a bigger part. Oh, this looks cool. This scene needs to be expanded. And he's totally changed the course of the story in just, the couple years we've been working together. So all credit to him for that.
That's what you want to hear, especially when people are working together.
You're a little scrambled there. What'd you say?
I said that's what you want to hear, especially when the people are working together, because that relationship actually can make the project better or it can make it worse. For
sure. I've been very fortunate. I've had not too many bad interactions. I have rarely walked away from a project with bad feelings. I've been very fortunate in the 15 years that I've been doing this, and it started like right away. I was very fortunate to find a co-creator in an online forum, and we formed a friendship, and we made comics, every year for the last 15 years. So that's what I was looking for. That's why I sit down to make comics with people. So this is no different. Drumsticks of Doom has been very much a passion project of Dan and I. So we have 3 other arcs. This is a huge step for us. The first trade paperback for Part-Time Comics. I've been part of a couple other trade paperbacks that had small print runs, but this is a big one. Like, this really sets us up for the future. You guys joked about I have 25 links floating around for different Kickstarters, and this is a big part of it. Like, if this does well, we're set up for the next year, maybe 2 years. And just having that fatter book for, selling it like Garden State Comic-Con and all these shows is just a huge step for a company like ours. So I'm just so happy to see how this is doing in the first week. I've been on pins and needles because you just don't know. You think there's a market for books like this and trade paperbacks, but you hit that launch button, you don't know how many people are able to come back and support it.
So what I'm hearing is there's going to be a sequel called Merengue de Caliente.
That's it.
Play that merengue.
Yeah. The dance of the dead or whatever.
But you need to get a dancer to draw it.
Actually, we've already announced the second arc is called Band on the Silver Mountain. So for you heavy metal heads, you probably know what that's a reference to. So
yeah.
Dude,
I gotta say, like, your book is everywhere. Like, that's showcasing that your whatever campaign you're running is doing well, at least to get it into people's eyes. Because I every time I turn around, there's another commercial and there's another something for this book.
That's great. Well, and that's a testament, people like yourself and Mata, even Jordan, a ton of people I could name that are sharing it out and championing the book. That's a huge part of it, because we can't do this on our own. So there's been so many people that have helped get this book, and they're not even in the credits of the book. So it's always very heartwarming when you see how many people share it and how excited people are. And again, that's a huge support. Even if you can't back, don't feel bad. Those shares, especially in this social media crunch we're in, where the algorithm just crushes everything, it really helps. Even if you think it's only going to your 3 followers, it helps. So please, all those shares and supports go such a long way.
Or even just leave a comment and be like, "Yay, drumsticks!" And like that's engagement that the social media algorithm gods
a quick
love.
thumbs up.
I mean,
I
left the comment for Sacrimony, but I'm sure the creator of Sacrimony won't ever comment on it.
Oh, she's got you on auto delete.
Which post? Like I
literally right now.
Oh well, I haven't checked. You know what? I'll fight you later. I'm too tired for this.
And that's a good segue right there. What are we talking about here? Sacrimony? What's that?
What's that? Who did that?
Sacrimony is a book with no bunny girls in it.
It's not. Yeah, that's right.
It's a shame. I mean, you can scroll down and look at that comment right there, but can't believe this.
Anyway, totally off my game now. It's been a day. But yeah, Sacrimony is the story of a teenage girl named Kajad who died, but then she got better. And oh my god, he's gonna get my campaign taken down. Just watch. It's gonna be the collapse of everything. Train of thought out the window. So yeah, it's a fantasy drama about a girl who died but got better, and as with all mysterious resurrection stories, there's a catch. The catch is that she has no memory of her past, no idea why she has magical powers, or why she has demon wings that she has to hide from society. Now, she and her mom are just trying to make a normal life in a city that wants her dead yet again.
She was dead once, but she's much better now.
But she might not be because, people still want her dead, so that's the whole thing. Yeah, so it's a fantasy drama. It's drawn, written, edited entirely by myself. It's very tiring. I'm very tired. But the campaign's doing well. We set some
doing very well. You've gone pretty fast to where you are now. And
Yeah,
we
we
want
set
to get
some
her
great
all the
records.
way up to funded, folks, so she doesn't have to worry about it. And then she
So
can
I
just
can actually sleep.
push
Yeah.
you guys to go, come on, somebody else join in. But come on, fund it.
Yeah, it's at the campaign slowdown point. So like
I
we're
mean,
watching
we
people
had
kind
no
of trickle
Master
in.
Chief. There's no bunny girls. What do we have to look forward to from this?
You know what? You can shut him up right now by showing him the beautiful art. Go for it.
Oh yeah, I mean there is this lovely painting that's still up for grabs. This is the original art right here. It's a watercolor / marker acrylic paint / glitter piece. It's very
Is that
shiny.
watercolor paper?
It is watercolor paper, yes.
Yeah, it
It's
looks very parchment-like.
it's
Oh my
the
God,
very
yeah.
fancy, like super high-end bougie Arches paper that's like, like $50 for like a pad of paper. Because that's how I roll.
And remind me again, this is the first issue you're working traditionally?
Yeah, I'm doing the inks traditionally, and then I'm gonna scan them and do the colors digitally because like it seems like a good process. I would have loved to color it traditionally, but it does take a lot of time, and I'm like, for what I'm getting paid for this, I don't know if I can, put that much time into coloring.
Yeah, because I
Yep.
wanted to mention that because, like you said, that covers up. That's these pages, they don't come around often. A lot of people waver back and forth between digital art and traditional. For ease of use and speed and all that.
Yep.
So it's cool to see you working with the traditional.
Yeah, I'm faster with traditional inks because it's just like everything's right in front. There's no like, zooming in and like working on one little fine detail that won't show up when you zoom out anyway. So like it made sense to just do the inks traditionally and then like scan it and then I color digitally pretty quick. So
I've heard people say it too because you can't control Z the ink, so you just it's there. I got to move on to the next line instead of redoing it 50
bro,
times.
whiteout is like 99 cents. Like there is no reason why you can't.
Still,
just
but that's a lot of that's a lot of extra work. So I've known artists tell me like that makes me less picky about the line. Like I'm like, all right, it's down on the page.
I
It's
mean,
time to
also
move on.
there's a thing that's like if you do kind of a wonky digital line, it's like it's really obvious. But if you do a wonky traditional line, it just kind of adds character to it.
There you go.
Like it flows better. It's like it's easier to make things work traditionally.
Yeah, and I definitely I love I've worked with many a digital artists and I know great artists like Mike Norton have switched to full digital. And no disrespect there, but yeah, again, something about that traditional line just there's life to it, And that cover is amazing. I mean, that's a steal if anybody picks that up. I mean, that is fully colored. You don't get that too often. That's
and there's
cool.
glitter, and yeah, I mean, I hope somebody picks it up because I'm so bad at like storing my own stuff, so it's probably gonna end up like in a crappy folder under like a pile of stuff because I have nowhere to put it. Like, I'm not gonna like frame my own work and put it on my walls because I have no wall space because it's all just shelves because I have no storage space. So yeah, I mean,
Mata, don't threaten us. We will buy it, and I will personally put bunny ears on it.
Oh, no.
I mean, once you buy it, like you can do whatever you want. Go ahead. Like.
Please. You got to change the tier. You need to say rescue the art. So
yeah, now you got to rescue the art. Save him from that.
Yeah, me and Blake have an ongoing joke that like all of my art just ends up in like the wet barn.
Oh
like,
no!
The wet barn is just a thing where
all
of my stuff ends up.
Oh no! We don't want it to go to the wet barn. People, rescue it.
Yeah, seriously.
It either goes there or it goes into my hands where it will be drawn and added with a bunch of anime references.
Okay.
You can just
I mean, if you pay the money for it, like you can do what you want. I'm fine with it.
Mata, you forget which money I'm using.
Uh-oh. You got joint money?
Uh-oh.
I don't think I'm allowed to say it on stream. Otherwise, we might get kicked off of YouTube.
Incrimination.
Yeah. So that's a little hush hush.
We are in a joint venture capital.
It's hush hush.
Yep. Sure are.
Jordan is like the least risk of this group.
It really is. Like, it's legal now. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, well, you know.
It's what's in the joint that counts.
Exactly.
I like
Why
the website plugs in there. That's good. Keep people thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I had those pages up on my webcomic site, and I had watermarked them because that's what I do. Because I'm like, if anybody decides to save it, at least they know where it came from.
There you go.
But yeah, that's the comic. It is dramatic. It is sad. It is very pretty. There's lots of cool environmental effects. It's about love, life, and death. It's a very human story. It's not a story about characters who are like, I'm going to go save the world. It's more of just like, how do we exist in society?
Yeah, and like, I think I said this before we were on a show. I didn't know a ton about it going in, so I expected, the high fantasy stuff and that human part, and then it's like they're trying to figure out, what they're going to do for dinner or how they're going to entertain her while she works, and then all of a sudden there's these huge gods, arguing about, murder and stuff. It's like you're like, oh yeah, we are in this like huge, this crazy world where anything can happen at the same time too, but it balances well between the human nature.
Yeah, I like to say it's like a story about extraordinary people doing ordinary things.
Exactly. I got to say though, this book or the series itself is one of those things where you read it and then you want to discuss it with other people.
I'm so glad, because my whole thing is that I want to create like a story with characters who are doing all of these things that make people talk about it, like kind of gossiping, like, oh, can you believe what this one did? And then, they have disagreements about the motives, and then they start fighting, and then like their friendship ends, or they get kicked off of Reddit forums or whatever. Like, that is the goal. Like, I want people
Is there
to
going to be a Reddit forum in the book?
Well, no, I mean like readers, like having readers discuss like things and fight over the characters or whatever and be like, oh, this one's a scumbag. No, they're not. They did that because like XYZ, but they also did, QW and B and whatever.
Careful, because when you wish for that, you're going to end up on the pages.
Possibly.
I gotta say though,
I want to just sit back and eat popcorn and just like watch people fight it out while they discuss my characters' like questionable actions or like just the stupid shit
not
they do.
Those pages.
Oh my god!
Oh my
But
God.
dude, Matt, that's exactly what happened. As soon as I finished reading the first 2 issues, I was like, I gotta talk to Matt about that.
I love that. I wish that every reader had that reaction, or like, I gotta ask this creator some questions here. Like, we gotta clarify some stuff. I gotta say, like, I understand what's going on, but at the same time, like, how could you?
And the catch-up tier, do you have the single issues? And because there's a trade, right, with the first 5 issues.
We are out of single issues for 3, 4, and 5. So it's like 1 and 2 I'm just gonna have at like whatever little cons I do, and then it's just the trade paperback from here on out, because I can't store all of those single issues or afford to keep printing them. Like,
no, that's a great thing. But yeah, the trade is big. It's a hefty
it's a
read.
chunky boy. Look at this.
Oh, it's a chunky boy, man.
So if you're looking to jump in, I mean, that's a great way.
184 pages. Yeah, like this is a lot of story here. Like there's so much that goes on. I don't even know what page. Oh, this is my favorite page. But yeah.
She flipped right to her favorite page.
All right,
and who did you print through again?
I printed through Mix'em.
Nice.
Like, yeah, they did a good job. They also were like really speedy. They gave me like 500 copies in 2 weeks, and I was like, this is great.
Now what do I do with them?
Oh my God.
Sleep on top of them? Make a chair out of them?
You make a fort. My cats will love it, right?
Yeah. No, it's a big meaty trade. So if you're looking to jump into the series, that alone, will get you caught up. But hopefully.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should have a tier that's like just the trade. What do you think, John?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
like
that
Carissa
way
was saying,
you wanna
give
get
people
the
an
first
easy
thing,
in,
yeah.
whatever it is, even if it's just. I know on issue 1, it's hard to keep the back issues in flow, but having the trade then as that option might be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I do have like 400 trades left, so.
Oh yeah, definitely do it.
I want to refill my backing bed.
Add on at least, I would do the trade.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that tonight.
Nice.
So, John, one more time, tell the people because we're going to start running down the opposite direction now.
All right. I'm John Westhoff. I'm the publisher, writer, letterer for Part-Time Comics. I forgot the name of my company. And this, what the current project we're doing, one of at least 5 Kickstarters this year, is Drumsticks of Doom, the trade paperback. It's issues 1 through 4. We're kind of doing this as 3 separate miniseries, but this is the first one, so you'll get a complete story of this universe. We had such a good time. We've had such a great response to the first 4 issues, but in our industry, you know, the trade paperback is a big thing to get on bookshelves, in libraries, get it moving at cons. This is a huge step for us, so we appreciate any support. Again, it's a woman trying to make independent music in a heavy metal world, so if that's something that interests you, we have 3D printed drumstick holders.
Very cool.
We have keychains. We have real metal covers. You know,
Whoa.
Sick.
these are so cool. We have all the heavy metal stuff you can want, beanie hats, keychains, all that stuff. So we definitely understand that people don't just want the comics, they want their swag. As Carissa Grant is teaching me to
She
embrace.
has so much
You also
swag.
have these.
We also have
wait,
guitar
hold on.
picks. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, he's a
Yep.
long-time supporter. He showed the buttons earlier. We have patches. We did we have all the variant covers still in print. So please, like Mata said, they're taking up my house. So please.
Nice.
Yeah, let's help him get rid of some stuff, guys. Let's get him to 100 tonight.
Exactly.
Let's get him
I
funded.
mean,
Let him sleep.
I mean,
Ralph, can we share
I-
that link more, please?
I did give him a vendor application.
Oh,
Give me a vendor application. It's about 5 hours away, but I might be able to make it.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
Sharing the link.
The
Hold
table is
on.
pretty cheap too. I think it was like 85 or something. So
And I did say if people got us to 4,500 over the weekend, which we did,
Yeah.
I would share live on your show right now. The first stretch goal. You know, we are a black and white comic. We're very proudly black and white. I think the art represents heavy metal in that way. But when you go to a trade and you have color covers you want to put in the book, you can't
There
do
you
that,
go.
right? Thank you for showing that. So we are going to include the inks that we were able to get for all the covers. So for the first time ever, we're going to add 4 pages to the book with the first stretch goal. You're going to see those beautiful covers that you see on the Kickstarter from Maria Wolf, from Matt Festa, from Dan Doherty. So many of the great covers, just the line work, which I think people would be excited about.
I'm
You've already
excited
seen
about that.
Yeah.
I love
You know
seeing
what I
people's
would
line
find-
work.
I know, and somebody else told me that yesterday. It's like I hadn't thought about it until recently, and I was like, we can't include the covers because again they're color, and it just adds so much price to the trade. I can't get them in there. But this would be a cool addition. So it will lengthen the book. So if we get to that first stretch goal at $5,500, which we're very close to already, you're going to see some sick line work.
You know what would also be great is if you add like a little bit of commentary on why some things were done in certain ways, or like what was going through their head as they were doing it. Always a great.
Audio
Always a great
commentaries are always a fun listen.
Yeah.
We do that. We do have a page breakdown from Dan and I in the book as part of the bonus section already. But I'll definitely ask some of the cover artists if they want to break down their covers. Because
Maybe
sometimes
even
I
a
forget,
gag?
people don't even know. Like these are homage covers here. These are Manowar covers. So people who aren't deeply into heavy metal might not know why. We're doing these kind of over the top covers here. So maybe I'll
I
break
thought it
them
was
down.
rock.
But
You
yeah,
know.
they make so much sense.
They look really rocking to me. So.
Yeah, they definitely. I definitely. Whatever you think about the story, I definitely know how to pick artists to work with, and they all did an amazing job. I'm very, very
These covers are just fantastic. The lightning, inspired me to do the lightning for the little low promo that I did for you guys.
Aw.
I was like, okay, I'm going to take the lightning and I'm going to run with it.
Excellent.
I'm still gonna pretend it's chicken wing.
chicken.
Chicken
I feel
drumstick.
like there needs to be like a Drumsticks of Doom and a Bulletproof Chicken crossover or something now. Even if it's like 5 pages.
We could
Like,
get there. We
So
could do
many
it.
people keep talking about chicken drumsticks.
I know, right? I got to get it in there.
I know.
Yeah, look, Andrew mentioned it already.
See, see,
I
I'm
need
not
chicken
alone
drumsticks
here.
of doom. Oh, that's fantastic. There you have it, folks. Go, come on. A nice rock album. Well, rock comic album.
It's an album of pictures in comic form.
Exactly.
Ralbum,
He's so
if you will.
close to funding. Look at that. Look how close he is
Seriously.
to funding. And
I
he's so
know.
close to 100. Come on, folks. Get him to 100. Get him to 5,000. Come on. It's rock.
I
Get
know,
up to
again,
like 10,000. Like it could happen.
Oh, it
a,
could
fi- a
happen.
five-figure, I would probably drop dead, but that would be
Oh,
amazing.
no.
Because that would set us up for like the whole next series. I could say, Dan, draw the next series, and that would
Here,
just
I got you. If you invest now, you will also be put into the next type of cryptocurrency, currently known as drumstick coin. This will greatly significant your assets and your wallet and give you equity in the future. Invest now.
That sounded like a whole bunch of word salad right there.
That was a good pitch. I like it.
And speaking of Carissa, she had to go, but I will put her stuff up here for you folks go check it out. Carissa Grant, her redemption arc is amazing. You like yourself some supernatural stuff. You like yourself some Buffy the Vampire Slayer, supernatural, all that goody good stuff. There it is, there, folks. Go check it out. She's at 3,848. She's already overfunded. But we can get her to 5,000. Come on.
We can get her to like 6,000. Come on, people.
Exactly. 106 backers, 10 days to go. You know you want this. Come on. You know you like your horror.
Also, that cover is fire.
That
Like
cover is-
whatever she paid, it was absolutely worth it. Like
It
there's
was.
so much detail, there's so much action, there's so much characters, there's like a full background. Like
I mean, it's a
going
lot.
on.
It's a lot. You tells a lot about the story there. There's a lot going on. It's a good one. But not to do the indie comics thing, but we know, yes, she's way overfunded for her minimum goal, but we know, she's got a long story to tell, and all these funds, really help. So
And
again,
also she's paid in advance for like these
like
issues
17
to be
issues.
drawn. She's paid
Yeah.
to print them. Like I'm sure she's still like
She's a
very
good-
much in the hole. So
Oh,
she's a good
definitely.
co-creator.
Definitely
She's
in the hole.
she's got her artists taken care of, and I bless her heart for that. So please help her. All this money goes to working artists.
yeah, this is not like $4,000 worth of profit that she goes like yeah, and she gets to roll around in it. Like this is going right straight back into the book for more books.
Folks, like we like to say here on Bitten Apple, nobody's making any money off of this unless you're one of the big guys. Nobody's
Absolutely.
making any money.
Absolutely not.
They're just trying to make the next book.
Yeah, we're living book to book here, guys.
Book to book.
Book to book.
Dave had to leave as well. Of course, you should guys go check out Garden State Comic Fest. Garden State Comic Fest is this weekend. I will try. I'm working really hard on being there both days. So if you see me over there, hey, maybe you'll be in the trailer for Garden State Comic Fest as we run around, have fun, and check out the place. It is Garden State Comic Fest, one of the best conventions out there. It's really a fans convention, like Dave was saying, and this location is big.
I mean, the fact that it's $10, like that's amazing.
Exactly. I mean, where do you find cons that are $10 anymore? You can actually take the family. Yeah.
You can take the family and still like buy stuff there. It's not like where your kids are like pointing and they're like, I want that. And you're like, sorry, I spent like, $500
to get in. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you
That
can
is
actually
true.
buy stuff for your kids.
Definitely. Wow. Yeah,
You
you're
guys
right.
What?
Garden State Comic Fest this weekend. Go check it out. There's a lot of great guests. If you like your comic conventions, this is a great one to go. They also have a lot of great voiceover artists and stars, and it's just an amazing show that you need to check out. There you have it, folks. I think I have more stuff here that they've been
You should
throwing
have a
in.
lot.
Whole bunch of stuff.
Here's Maiden in Disguise. And we can show off her
Her
sign up
pre-launch
and get
page.
notified page.
Yep.
Show it
Jordan,
off.
it's your turn. As a person of the company, it is now actually your job to do these.
Yeah, true. So, Maiden in Disguise, new game, as I have here in English, or as I have here in Japanese,
Oh, cool.
because I bought both.
Oh. Here's the Japanese one. I got both.
Yep, English and Japanese.
Great cover.
So an MMORPG has gained massive popularity, propelling many of its key players to stardom, but its number one character, the world famous icon Elrond
Mm.
has never revealed his true identity. That is until Eliana, no longer satisfied living in the shadow of her own digital alter ego, reveals to the world the day before she starts high school, or reveals herself to the world the day before she starts high school. But with everyone confusing her for the hyper-masculine in-game character she plays, how will they react when they learn who she truly is? So,
A lot of fun, some beautiful art. Bitsy does a great job with these books. Come on, folks, especially if you want to read it in Japanese. You can read it in Japanese.
That's cool.
well, remember, the art is, she has like different.
She decided to do the writing and let the art go to somebody else. You know, sometimes we have to relax.
Sane decision.
Yeah. Exactly. See, Maddow should know.
Yeah, no, she's had a rough time, like,
Yeah.
you know, going forward with her Kickstarters and stuff. And I can imagine like her having to draw and do all the writing and everything on top of that, and like things kind of going down to the wire for her. Like, that's not good for anyone's mental health. So it's great that she's able to find somebody who can draw it, and she can kind of like relax a bit.
Sign
or
up
like
to get notified.
Yes.
Just like Ralph just did.
Excellent.
Yeah, you know, folks, remember, when you sign up to get notified, it helps the project out. The more people sign up, the better it is for the project when it starts off.
Yep, you want that strong launch.
Better place, exactly.
Anyway,
is that everything? No, I think Jordan, you didn't give me your link.
I don't know what happened there.
Jordan is now affiliated with Otaku Lamps.
Yeah, I am.
Otaku Lamps. They got good sales going on.
Yep, they have good sales going on.
Lamps for days.
Those lamps look fantastic, man.
So, yeah, as I was saying before, whatever happened. Go get notified. It should be launching within the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize she was launching that soon.
Me neither.
Or wait, I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't hear a launch date, but I
know you and her were talking, Ralph, in like the comments or something.
Yeah, so was Madam talking to her too. I think it's coming soon. I'm not sure how.
She didn't drop a definite launch date.
Okay. I was just basing it off of your guys' comments.
Oh. Yeah, she's like she's not sure when, but like here's a link. I think that's like me paraphrasing what she said.
Yeah, she put the link up so you can get notified, which is what everybody's doing now, and it's a good idea to do it now. Look at John; he has 5.
Yep, John knows what's up. John's not messing around.
You never have too many.
I agree. I think I like the idea that
I actually think you can't have too many, and I have too many. It's confusing people.
Oh no!
I like the idea that you have all these links out there because at least you know what's coming. You know it's coming. You know, and I feel like it gives you a chance to build.
I hope so, because some of them are a while away, and I think they're going to take a little more selling. So I put them on my link tree. I put them in email blasts, so they're kind of just out there, and people can ask questions or get excited or follow early. So that's kind of the plan this year.
It's a good strategy.
Exactly. That's the point. It gives you a talking point. It gives you like oh look at this.
It also gives like people who are into sort of like niche things a chance to like find their way into whatever you're doing. So like if someone is into like a specific thing or whatever, they're like, oh, there's actually going to be another issue of CPS or whatever, and then they're like, hey, here's the link. I can just follow it, and whenever it goes live.
And speaking of which, Mana and I will be back on in just a few weeks probably as we start the pre-launch for Child Possession Services.
Yes.
Well, she's stuck with it permanently, so.
Yeah, I'm always here.
Yeah, you're obligated.
John, you could be trapped in here with us.
Uh-oh.
But
I was about to tell you,
you're
John,
from Chicago, so I don't know if we can like beef
here.
like that.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of launches that John is doing, he will probably just be stuck on the show. So
yeah, but we need to beef with him.
I'll be beef about Italian beef. All right, who's got the better
beef about Italian beef? Yeah.
Italian beef is a scam. Let's go.
It actually is.
I guess if I had anything else left to say, come see me and Dirk next weekend in Michigan for the Oddities and Horror Fest.
Ooh.
That I talked about a little bit last week. Come
Yeah, I
Hold it.
remember you saying there was real human bones there, and I'm very
Yeah.
jealous that you get to see
Yeah.
real human bones, and I don't get to see
Come
real
hold
human
it.
bones.
Come hold a real human skull and be like that
That's
one
what he
scene
said.
in
See?
that one Shakespeare thing.
Hamlet?
I mean, I've held a bunch of real
don't know.
human bones and organs
I
and
think.
stuff, but
I
not,
think so.
not in your morbid fascination way.
Come look at a child-sized coffin.
Ooh.
Creepy.
They
Done
have
that
those
too. See,
On that note,
Jordan's
thanks
doing
for
this
having
for
me.
horror. I did this for a different reason.
Probably
No.
also horrible.
And no, high standards that kid never lived up to.
All
Oh
right,
my
folks.
goodness.
I think that's everything. Is that everything, folks?
No,
I think that's
I got you. Give me like 5 minutes. I'm not going to put anything up on the screen. First off, we have our friends over at Bad Bug Media, which are friends of SourcePoint Press. We got Def Null #4, which is going live right now. Bobby Joe, that's going live right now. And then they also have another Kickstarter that is currently wrapping up, which is Hyper Guys. None of those can be shown. Then we also have Father Like Daughter, that is soon to be wrapping up by the end of this week. I thought Papa was also supposed to be launching this week. Apparently it's not. And then aside from those, check out everyone else's links, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.
I mean, if you want to talk about Bad Bug, then Horrors in Hell as well. But
They haven't announced the date for
Get
that
the
yet.
bunny.
well, they haven't announced the date yet. But I know they
their
have
pre-launch is up.
pre-launch.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pre-launch is up.
And
The
then,
Notify is up. You know, and you guys know you want the bunny.
well, I mean, if you want to talk about bunnies, then help Nathan with his bunny girl dreams.
Oh
Yes.
no, not the bunny.
Come
girl
on,
dream.
raid Mada's comment section, and let's all just say we want bunny girls. Make the dream reality.
But wait
If
a
we
minute.
convince her hard enough, she will have to do it.
Wait.
No,
Shen
I'm
already
just
does
gonna
bunny
have a
girl.
stroke. That's all.
Shen already
That's
does
okay.
bunny girls. What do you need about matter to do bunny girls? Shen
Because
does
we
bunny
don't
No, no.
have a bunny girl in a Kickstarter yet.
I might show up on Wednesday's show and show off a little something I've been waiting quite a long time for.
Ooh.
Hmm.
There you go,
Mysterious.
folks. That's a good way to end the
Some-
show. A nice,
Actually,
beautiful.
How long is that? How long has that been now? Because I used to talk about it every week. September 12th, 2022. So,
Wow.
yep.
That is quite a long time.
Wow.
I was
That
like,
is it.
2022, that's last year, right? No. No,
See?
it's not.
That's the same thought I had. I was like, oh, what is he talking about? It's just last year.
Like, that's not bad. Like, that was a couple of months ago. No, it wasn't.
No.
Yep. It's been a while.
Wow. What
You
is
guys
time?
are not okay.
No, we're not. You know that.
I
You know we don't know. You know we don't know what time it is because it's an hour 30 minutes in, where we should have ended. Well, folks,
Listen,
here we go.
We're trying to start a new bingo card, and we're trying to figure out what to put it at. That's why we keep going. I mean, you could press the button at any time and just cut us.
Off.
Huh?
I was finishing your sentence.
Huh?
Off.
Huh?
Off.
Huh?
Off.
Huh?
Off.
Huh?
Off.
Huh?
You know